At the end of August in 2018, NASA published an article with this map, and the article is entitled "A World on Fire." It can be found under NASA's excellent global climate change site, which is called Vital Signs for the Planet. It looks like everywhere is on fire. I've been following these kind of maps from NASA for years, and I've never seen anything like that. I'm Peter Carter, and if this isn't an image of planetary emergency, then, well, it is. This is the FIRMS Fire Information for Resource Management System site from NASA that I use because it's specifically designed to show the fires. I'll start up here with Alaska. There are some fires in Alaska, and then we come down to this huge area which looks like it's full of fires, and that's my province of British Columbia, Canada. It's a very big province. And then we come down here to California, and of course we know that California has had another record fire season for this summer of 2018. Up here is the North American part of the boreal forest, and these are wildfires. A lot of fires over the eastern United States down to Mexico, lots of fires, Cuba fires, down to South America. This is Brazil, and there's a huge amount of fires in this region. And this in particular is very alarmingly important because this is the Amazon rainforest, and down here a huge region of fires in Argentina. Going up to Europe, fires in Spain, fires in Central and Eastern Europe, going into Russia. A lot of fires in this region here. This is an important grain belt region. This is the Ukraine, Romania, and Belarus. All of the European countries have fires, including and the United Kingdom. Fires up here. This is the rest of the boreal forest. So there are boreal forest fires in Scandinavia. There have been fires up in the Arctic Circle this year affecting Sweden. This is a boreal forest on fire. These are wildfires. This is Siberia. China, there's a vast region of fires in China. And this is Japan. A lot of fires in the islands of Japan. Just scoot down here to Africa, and there's this vast region of fires in Africa going right down to southern Africa. All of Madagascar looks like it's burning. As usual, all Indonesia looks like it's burning. There are a lot of fires in Australia, even though this is the southern hemisphere and it's their spring, not their summer. So in the north of Australia here, a lot of fires, and a lot of fires in the western part of Australia, and even a few fires showing in New Zealand. Now obviously this is all more than extremely worrying, but I do want to bring your attention to three particularly vital areas where there are wildfires. And here in the far north we have the boreal forest, the circumpolar boreal forest. This holds more carbon than the Amazon. There are many fires in the boreal forest in northern Canada and Alaska here. And there are fires in the boreal in Scandinavia, and there are many fires in Siberia. And these fires have been burning for months and months and months. Here is, of course, the Amazon rainforest, and there are a lot of fires that are within the Amazon rainforest now. Why is this so particularly alarming? Well, not only are these massive stores of carbon, but they are also massive sources of carbon feedback emissions, and a feedback is when global warming results in an increase in global warming, and this is the situation that we see in the making here. The boreal forests are on fire because of global surface warming. Here are two FIRMS fire images that tell the terrible tale of the burning of the Northern Hemisphere in the summer of 2018. The lower map is the end of July, and this map here is the end of August. look, you'll see some really huge difference. First, the fires spread in California, and we all know that California had a record year for fires this summer. And here is the huge increase in fires in my province of British Columbia. You see a big increase in fires in this huge region. This is a grain belt region. This is the Ukraine, Romania, Belarus. And there's a very large increase in fires in China. These fires have clearly spread, and they're involving the entire north and eastern sections of China. This, of course, is spring in the southern hemisphere, not the height of summer. So I think it's pretty surprising that there are so many fires that we can see in Australia. As the NASA article says, a whole lot of these fires that we're seeing are intentionally set for agriculture, and farmers use a fire to rapidly return nutrients to the soil and rapidly clear the ground. This is necessary because we don't see Europe on fire or North America on fire like this. While it does do this on the short term, it produces horrendously bad air quality for the region, and also, of course, it emits huge amounts of carbon dioxide and black carbon. Black carbon soot is second only to CO2 in global warming contribution. So as NASA says, in regions such as North America, the fires that we're seeing are wildfires. In South America, Chile has had horrendous wildfires this year. Central Chile is experiencing a mega drought, produced a bad fire situation in Chile, which is down here. This huge area of fires is Argentina, and I'm pretty sure that these will be intentionally set. These fires in Brazil are intentionally set, but I do get the impression that they're spreading into the Amazon rainforest, and we certainly have seen significant fire in the Amazon rainforest over recent years. In Brazil, a lot of the clearing is for pasture for cattle, and so this adds to the huge impact that our heavy meat diet has on global greenhouse gas emissions. And as NASA says, the problem with these intentionally set broadcast fires is that they grow out of control quickly with global warming. According to the Global Fire Watch, between August 15th and 22nd, nearly 31,000 fire alerts were issued. NASA refers to Australia. Hotter, drier summers in Australia will mean longer fire seasons. And for large areas in the north and the west, the bushfire season has been brought forward a whole 2 months. That is to August. NASA says as the climate continues to change with more global warming, the areas will become hotter and drier, and more extreme bushfires will break out across the entire Australia continent. In addition to the South America, African regions, I gather that the Chinese people have turned over to burning for their agriculture, which traditionally I gather they didn't do. So this may well account for a very big increase and a very huge area in China affected by many fires. Nothing is more obvious that global surface warming with an increase in global surface temperatures is going to increase the frequency and the size, the duration of wildfires. There are studies, of course, that have shown that this is the situation today. The global risk of wildfires is on the rise as the climate warms, a study says, and this is a study of 2015 showing the risk of global wildfire increases as the climate changes. And over here we see one of several studies that has shown that the wildfire extent, the size of wildfires in the United States, is getting larger and larger. Our fossil-fueled industrialized civilization is literally burning up our planet Earth and wiping out the future.